dogs are now my happiest moments. My father would never allow me to play with them when I was young, however much I begged and strategized. Though I did manage to escape his gaze now and then and run with the goats. There were 3 kids who were forever wandering over from the farm just downriver from our estate. And I would chase them in and out of the shallows and bask with them in the sun and laugh myself silly. I spent many illicit hours with them. An animal is such an easy thing to love. I think my heart would have been twisted into quite an unrecognizable shape and perhaps have ceased functioning altogether if I hadn't found something other than a human to love. In all my years, I've never managed to love another person without it being twisted in some way or rejected or perverted by another party or yanked away from me or destroyed. Utterly destroyed. I cannot think of a time when I could be said to have been standing in my own light, truly directing my own actions. Occasionally now I find a sunny spot here in the orchard and find no one standing in my way or looking over my shoulder or guiding me with a hand at my waist. Now that my 2 youngest, Anne and George, my little jewels, are dead and gone, slaughtered by mad King Henry, no one cares much what I do. Oh, I managed to pet a duck the other day. They always scurry or swim away when they sense me approaching. Partly, I'm sure, because I am so often accompanied by the dogs. But when I was walking alone the other day, just at the gloaming, this darling little duckling allowed me to touch her fluffy feathers. She had the brightest little eyes and such a fat little body. I could have intervened before Henry got his hands on Anne or George. There was a moment when I almost smothered him. As I lay pinned beneath him while he labored to climax, he announced his intention to pursue Anne, having tired of her sister Mary. And just as he became most apoplectic, his face enormous and drenched in sweat and bright red like an overripe fruit, it occurred to me that I could stuff his shirt in his mouth and pinch his nose shut, and he might perhaps be helpless and breathless just long enough to lose consciousness and, God willing, life. My hand actually went up to his collar, and I didn't do it. I might even have got away with killing him. Anyone who had witnessed his cavorting in bed at that time of his life would well have believed he could have done himself in by it. It was terrifying to behold from any angle. I suppose for all my suspicions of the Catholic Church, I am living very much now like a nun, communing with ducks, avoiding all gossip and, praise God, intercourse of any sort with my husband. I don't pray. But who's to say nuns actually pray when left to their own devices? There must be some who get on their knees at night and imagine revenge on their enemies or lustful encounters with a stable hand or gardener or the nuns, I suppose. If I never hear another prayer, it will be too soon. I have become adept at humming a little tune in my head whenever prayer is pressed upon me. Though, in truth, I find that very little is pressed upon a disgraced countess. Mine is not a face anyone is anxious to see. No one wants to behold the mother of all that. Or the grandmother of it either. And so, I suppose I am freer than I have ever been in my life. No father or mother or priest or king or uncle or brother or husband to direct my being or my actions or indeed the actions of my children. Free at last. Little duck, sail away beyond the reeds. Swoop back for me someday, so we can fly away. In the name of the mother, and the children, and